So now I'll go here and select the extra bars that we have here, and then I'll delete them. So select this one and then this one as well, and then delete them so we can have just the ones that we need. And now if you double click on any of them, the type properties windows opens up and two parameters of material and mass are needed. And if you search the net, for example, for the mass of rebars, or just take a look at the style profile that we have here, you can see the mass. For example, here we have from 6 to 50, we have mass per meter, and we also have the maximum and minimum, and we also have the 12 meters. We'll just go with maximum for now. And as you can see here, we have the sophistic mass per length parameter, which we should try to keep its origin length, because if we change it, we might see some issues in the outcome. But this is the case when you're working with the sophistic. If you're not, you can create the parameter yourself. You can go to the Manage tab and select the project parameters and then add one, which for example, we'll name here rebar mass per length. And after we've typed that, we'll go to the menu that we have on the side here, and we'll find the file that says structural rebar right here, and then put the discipline under structural and the type of parameter under mass. After that, we'll put it under type here, and then we have the group parameter, which is going to be under construction. So after we've selected all of that, we'll click OK to close this, and then this one as well. So now when we open up the type properties, we can see the rebar mass per length added under the construction, and we can type in any value that we want and then continue from that point. But because we want to use the sophistic reinforcement tool, we're going to use the default parameter that we have here. So now I'll go to the project parameters and remove this new one that I've created, just to keep the project as clean as possible. And then OK. Then I'll double click on this one. Then first I'll select the material and open up the material browser to see what we can find. Let's see, type in rush here in the search bar. Alright, then I'll select this rebar material, and then after that I'll go to the appearance tab and I'll open up the appearance library. Then here I'll look for rush so I can replace it with the appearance that I want. Let's see, let me edit it to RU, and then let's see what we have. Alright, it's this rusted one right here. Select and replace it, and then we go to the identity tab, Ctrl+C here, and then OK. So for the type 6 rebar, we have 240 kilograms of mass per meter. Alright, so I'll type it in here and then OK. After that, we go to the number 8. Then here, Ctrl+V to paste the name of the material. And then for the number 8 rebar, we have 0.427 kilograms per meter. Alright, then we go to the type 10, select the rebar material, and then type in 0.653. Alright, and then we go to the type 12, and so here we'll have to put in 0.941 kilograms per meter. So now I'll do the rest and then we'll continue afterwards. So as you can see, I've put in the numbers and the materials for the rebars, even though we don't need all of them, just the ones that are used in the plan. So first we can start with C1. And because they're all pretty much the same, if I just do one example for you, you can do the rest of them yourselves. The models are the same, now the rebars and the formation may be different. And if you want to advance in this part of the project with us, you need to have an understanding of Revit structure. because in this part I won't really be discussing the placing of the rebars and the basic information that you already know. So here C1 in the first level goes from minus 2.5 to plus 90. Here we have 145 for expectancy, and then we have the third section, which let's see in the details. Here we have 24 type 5 rebars, and if we actually count them, we have 9 on this side. And then let's take a look at the rest of it. We have the different type of rebars that we need to use. Alright, so after that, let's go back to the plan and let's see what we have here. Here we have the type 10 rebar with the distance of 15 centimeters. And then let's see what else. We have 7 rebars for the first 1 meter, and then 3 for the 40 centimeters down here, and then here in the middle for the distance of 15 centimeters we have the 10 stirrup, and then for the 1 meter up here the same as before. So now let's get back to the level that says minus 2.5. So now after we've done these, let's go to this part, and from the structure tab select the rebar tool, click OK on this window. So now from this chart that we have here, I'll look through it and find the stirrup that we want. Let's see where it is. Although you may not have all of these files here because I've added up some to them. So let's see, select this one, and then let me just cancel for a second. So the next point is that the cover for this, it's listed as 4.5 in the details of AutoCAD file. It also says it down here. But if you don't have it, you can go to the structure tab, and from the reinforcement section here, you can select the rebar cover setting, and then here you can create one for yourself. For example, I'll add one here and then type in columns for the name, and then put in 4.5 centimeters here. After that, from the rebar cover, we'll select the columns file that we've added to it. Then we'll select it in the next sections as well. Alright, so I'll select the rebar tool again, then here select the stirrup, and then here for the placement plane we have 3 motions, and also another 3 for placement orientation. So for the first setting, I'll select the near cover reference, and then far, and then current here. So now I'll go here and click edit on the view range, and then put the offset for this one on 0.5 meters and then 1.2 for this one. After that, select the rebar again, then here put it on far cover, and this part is dependent on the surface that we have here, that's why it doesn't show it. But after this, if the stirrup still doesn't show itself, we can go the easiest route and use the best technique that we have to solve this. Select the section 2 and then put it under detail here. Just remember to clear them later on. And then I'll put a section on this aux. The depth is enough, so I'll click on this to open up this section. Now I'll pull this up to here, and then down goes this one. Alright, and then from the structure tab, click on the rebar tool again. And now if you look at it, the rebar problem is solved. We just need to place it perpendicular to this one. Here select the current work plane option and then put this under parallel. Excuse me. Instead of that, put it under perpendicular to cover, which places it right here. So just like we saw it in the AutoCAD file in the plan, here we had 3 of these.